You know them times when you're shopping at the store and your card declines and then you look at your bank account on your phone and it's in single digits. Then you look at the cashier and then he gives you that look saying, "Damn, you're a brokey."
You're broke! You're fucking poor!
You then proceed to leave the shop with a look of embarrassment. Yeah, that happened to me. So I decided to go home and open up my laptop. And I go in Indeed, and yeah, it really is a toilet out here. Yeah, I knew the job market was terrible, but I didn't know it was this bad. Applying for a job has now become a job. Since I've recently graduated from university with a STEM degree, I'm basically overqualified for a lot of low skill / basic jobs. I even got rejected from Five Guys because I don't have any aspirations for flipping burgers for a living. Not to say there's anything wrong with that if you do for that for a living, you know, I have no problems with people like that, but you understand what I'm trying to say. But this whole worker loyalty thing needs to stop, because how many companies lay off their employees like there's no tomorrow on a daily basis? Oh, and when you're going through the online applications, they ask you such ridiculous questions such as, why do you want to work for this company? Like, as if they don't know why I want to work here. Because I am broke and I have nowhere else to go. Please just give me this job. It's as if they're asking who has the best head game. Because we all know why I'm applying for this job. So what's with all the shucking and jiving? What even makes this worse is that a lot of these companies don't even physically look at your CV. They get some AI generated computer system to highlight keywords in your CV to see if it's even worthy enough for an actual human being to look at it. And some of these companies have the audacity to say to us as the person applying for this job not to use AI in our CVs. Like the hypocrisy people.
See, now that's some bullshit.
I also love in job descriptions when they put emphasis on family orientation and open-mindedness. Because we all know the workplace is actually full of cutthroat and backstabbing individuals. For example, let me tell you a story. When I was about 17, I was working at a McDonald's restaurant for a couple months. It was my first ever real job, so I was kind of excited. Anyways, one day I was working on the drive-thru with two other people giving out food, you know, the usual stuff. And I see a family friend drive through. So we started to catch up, you know, small talk, stuff like that. And then I asked him, "Do you want a free drink?" And they were like, "Sure, why not?" So I whipped up the free drink and sent them on their merry way. But my stupid self thought my co-workers were calm and cool people.
Son, you don't have bad luck. The reason that bad things happen to you is because you're a dumbass.
Yeah, that was a mistake I would come to regret later. So, my two co-workers I was working with on the drive-thru witnessed all this. One co-worker was a guy I went high school with. He was alright with me giving them a free drink. But this other co-worker, this wretch, this witch had a problem with it apparently. Mind you, this is the first ever shift I worked with this girl, so I barely knew her like that. There was no history between us. So this baboon went to go snitch on me to the manager. But not any manager. This manager in particular was her auntie apparently, or something like that. They were related somehow, I don't really care, but yeah. So fast forward to my next shift. I come in, I start working, I start doing what I need to do. When out of nowhere, the manager calls me. So at this point, I'm thinking to myself, what did I do wrong? Why would the manager call me to the office? Anyways, I come to the office and the manager tells me to take a seat. It felt like a scene out of Chris Hansen's On How to Catch a Predator show. She asks me, "Why do you think I called you here?" At this point, I was clueless about what was truly going on. So my response was, "I don't know." So she goes onto the computer and pulls up a footage of me giving my family friend a drink. And in my head I was like, oh, I didn't see that coming. But at this point I couldn't deny it. I pleaded. I even offered to suck their dick. Okay, on the real, I didn't say that, but you know, I begged. Because it was my first job. But at last, I was fired in the end. All this was over me giving out a free drink. What even makes this worse is that I wasn't even meant to get fired in the first place, because everybody else there liked me, including the other managers. But since the incident was reported all the way up to the franchise owner, I couldn't do anything about it. I was pissed off for a while because it was my first ever time I received money that was from people that weren't my parents. That really irked me, but anyways, the lesson we can take away from this story is don't trust snow bunnies. They're demons in disguise.
Your African race membership card, please tear it up, just tear it up. Flush it down the toilet. You want a bunny hop? Go ahead, my brother. Nobody's trying to stop you. You're a lost cause, a waste of ancestral DNA. Go ahead and flush your African race card down the